Hey guys, how's everybody doing? First, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here to view my channel. And another thing is thank you for all my subscribers that's been helping me. Okay, so let's get to the point. So if your car is, this is a Hyundai Sonata 2018. Okay, so if you guys driving and you hear like grinding noise or like burning, like a really burning grinding noise, okay, a scenario with this vehicle, okay, if it's grinding noise, a lot of time it's grinding into your rotor. Okay, so as you can see, this rotor is really bad. It's grinding in, and you can see the brake pad here. This is the inside one, okay, but look at this one, the one that's let me see, where did I just threw that one? I just had it. Oh, okay, it's right here. As you can see, you see that metal part? The brake pad is all worn out. Okay, it's actually grinding the metal of this part. Okay, so it's really bad already. That's why when you're driving you hear a grinding noise, and it's already bad. But then this, sometimes you don't have to hear a squeak for worn brake pad. This metal here causes the brake to make squeaks like when it's worn out. That time you know when to change it. But sometimes that doesn't get worn, but then this doesn't, right? So then that affects it, and you can tell every time you do an oil change, or once in a while, you should you don't have to lift your car up to see it. You can look through your rims, and if you see marks like this, right, you should be able to see it. That means you should be changing your rotors, because your rotor, doesn't matter, once it's bad, it'll cause your brake to go bad. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to take this out. Okay, so basically the first thing you have to do is make all the put stop blocks, or see that right there, all around your 3 tires. Then you're gonna jack this jack points where you jack up your vehicle. So I assume you know that already. Okay, every car has a 4 jack points or even more in the center. Okay, so now for the Hyundai, okay, for the Hyundai, to take out the 5 bolts is a 1316 socket, just to take out these bolt. Then for the Hyundai, okay, you're gonna want to take out this socket that's a 12, it's a 14 mil. Okay, it's a 14 mil right here. All right, that takes out, okay, the brakes. There's a pin here, okay, that pin is 14 mil, which is right here. All right, you got to take that out first to remove the brake pads. Okay, you can use a flathead screwdriver or something like this to pry out the brake pads. Okay, then you're gonna need that 14 mil. Okay, you're gonna remove the bolt that's holding the caliper assembly right here, the brake assembly right here. Okay, and that bolt's right here. Okay, which is 14 mil as well. Once you take all that out, you're left with this. Okay, then you're gonna have 2 little tiny screws like this. Okay, that's sitting right in here. Okay, you have to take that out in order to remove this. Okay, so this is bad already, but if it's, once you take this out and if that's bad, it won't come off. It's garbage anyway, so then all you have to do is just bang onto this around here and it'll come off. Okay, or you can heat it. Sometimes it's really hard, and it's just bad, period. It just stuck, so you gotta kind of heat it. But this is the one that's tricky. Okay, this stays in there for so long it gets seized up. So what you want to do, the one I want is, either if you don't have this one, liquid wrench, this is really good quality, it lubricates up, or DW40 if you have that one. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to get a star head screwdriver. Okay, I have an impact gun, so you put that right in there, and then you bang this head at the back here lightly. Okay, just give it a couple tap, or if you're afraid your machine gets banged up, just take the head out and put it right in there and use a hammer and just tap it to give it, loosen it up, to break it up. And if that doesn't, and don't go and then use the impact gun and then go crazy on it, because it'll strip that. And if you strip that, you're in trouble. Okay, you strip that, you're really in trouble. Just kind of just spin lightly, just give it a little, see if it doesn't go. This one I had it out real easy for some reason. Usually it never does. Okay, I'll tell you that, usually it never does. So what I do is I will heat it up, the torch, I'll heat it up around here, then I use a impact gun and I'll just shoot it. It'll come out very easy. Okay, so your first attempt, squirt, then try it lightly, try it again, see if it works. If it doesn't, use the heat. Don't try and force and go and take it out, otherwise you're gonna be screwed if it gets stripped. Happened to me a couple of times before, to be honest with you. I did. So instead of using the heat, I was lazy and I was just trying to, and I actually pressed it too hard and it stripped anyhow. But that is to change the rotor. Once you take this out, if you're not changing the rotor, if your rotor is still good, you don't need to take this out. Okay, so now once you have changed the put the new rotor back in, screw this in, then you want to do is you're gonna put this bracket right back. Let me show you. Sorry guys, just give me a sec here. I gotta put the phone down. So what you want to do is you want to put this bracket right back where it is. Okay, once it goes back there, these pins, every time you change the brake, you gotta lubricate it. Okay, otherwise one of these days your caliper is not gonna work. Okay, once it gets seized, you're in a whole mess of trouble, because if it seized and the brake and this one goes bad, caliper is very expensive. Okay, so lubricate this back, clean all this part out. I've ordered it, that's why I cannot show you the new one. Okay, so I have to wait for it to come. So we're going to use this old one as an example. So the back one with the metal goes from the back. Okay, you slide it into these slots. Okay, but like I say, you got to clean this up first. Okay, you got to clean these area, and then you got to loop it. These metal part, you got to lubricate it. Then you got to put this metal back right in here. It goes into there like that. So it's very easy, exactly the way as if you had it in the beginning. You put that back in, and here's another tricky part right here. When you put the piston back in with the new one, the piston is out. You see that? It's out. You want to get a clamp. Okay, you want to get a clamp, and you want to tighten this back in. And the way the clamp goes is you put the metal part right here and the other part right over here, and you just squeeze it in. You got to turn it in with a clamp. Okay, like that. This will go back in. But when you do that, pop your hood open your brake fluid cap. So that way when you press this in, the air pressure goes back out there. This goes in easily. And when it goes flush into here, don't put it on the rubber, put it on this metal part, and you can squeeze it right back in with a clamp. You just got to turn the clamp. It will go back in. Then it'll fit your new caliper. I mean your new brake, sorry. Okay? Once you have that in, all you have to do is just bolting it up. That's it, you're done. Very simple. But since, like I said, since you added over here, clean up all these dirts and all that. Okay? And then when you buy the new brake pads, they have these clips that's new. You either put it in a new one, or you can reuse this area. But like I said, you have to clean it up. You have to take this out, this metal piece, take it out and clean it under here. That way it gets a smooth surface, and then once you put this back in, it goes in smooth. Otherwise it's a little tight, okay? But other than that, the job is very simple to change the brake pads and rotors. Like I said, the tricky part, don't forget, you have to lubricate this, okay? Then you gotta squeeze this back in. And this another part right here, like I mentioned back earlier, you need to shoot grease in there and be gentle with that screws, because that screw is very easy to get it stripped. Okay, other than that, the job is very easy to do, just to change the brake pads and rotors. Alright guys, so I know I don't have the brake here yet, but the process is very simple the same way. So I hope the video helps you in some way, or at least you have an idea about it. Alright, anybody can do it, it's very easy. Alright, so until then, if you stayed down this far, thank you, I appreciate it for watching my videos. And once again, thank you for all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing. That'll be help me greatly. Okay guys, have a wonderful day and stay tuned for the next video.